I would like to go over how to get rid of heel spurs, bone spurs, overall like osteoporosis, osteopenia, if you have myoitis, ossificans, any of those disorders where your bones are not strong or calcium is going where it shouldn't into soft tissues, even arthrosclerosis. There's more components of that, but this is like the basics that everybody needs to know to be able to fix their bone issues. Even if you have lots of dental cavities, this will help any of those issues. Heel spurs and bone spurs do not happen without a reason. It's because calcium is not being told where to go correctly, and so it usually happens because you have a lack of minerals, or you have foods that cause the bone to be deposited elsewhere, or you're not getting the right signaling proteins, because we use proteins to signal different things in the body, especially where you put bone. And so today I'm going to tell you how to fix all those ailments by proper supplementation. I'm personally against supplementation, but most people are lacking so bad from their diet that you usually have to start with supplements just to get like the basic nutrients into your body. If you don't, then it'll just get worse and worse and worse. You shouldn't have bone spurs sawed off. You shouldn't take any of the drugs that they have for osteoporosis. It's like all the options they have out there are horrible, and people need to know that you need to take the right vitamins and stuff, and you'll be fine. Vitamins from food sources are way better, and that's what you need, but some of these things are really hard to get even in the best foods. Like if you have an all organic diet, everything's raw, everything's great, alkalinic, or not all alkalinic, you want 80% alkalinic and 20% acidic in your diet so that you have, less bone wasting. It's still not going to make your bones super strong. And so what I'm going to go over today is the processes in the body that dictate how strong your bones become. The two that we're going to start off with are vitamin A and D. These two are crucial for bone health. If you don't have vitamin A and D together, they work together though. If you have one, it works all right. If you have the other, it works all right. But you need them to work together. And when A and D come together, you use vitamin K2 to activate the A and D benefits. And so when you have A and D and then add K2 into the mix, your bones start laying down calcium, your body starts laying down calcium in your bones where you need it, and it'll start dissolving all where it's not needed. One of the cardinal signs of K2 deficiency is calcification of soft tissues. And if you have too much vitamin D without K2, then you're going to get calcification of soft tissues as well. If you have vitamin A by itself without vitamin D, you're kind of screwed in a lot more ways because it's not getting activated. You need all three together so they work together. The best source of vitamin A and D, of course, D is going to be coming from the sun. You should have exposure to the sun every day for about 10 to 20, maybe 30 minutes after your skin develops, resistance to the sun rays. Every day of just no clothes on in the sun. Of course, a bathing suit or whatever. I don't want you walking around naked or something. But vitamin A, you do not want synthetic vitamin A, and you do not want plant-based vitamin A like beta carotene. You don't want to just be slamming a ton of carrots and sweet potatoes and imagine, oh, that's plenty of vitamin A. It's very taxing on the body, it's really hard to turn it into a usable form of vitamin A, and there's more toxicity if you have synthetic vitamin A. So you really want to avoid that. So what we do is we take cod liver oil. This is your basic cod liver oil. This is from Whole Foods. You can get, there's so many different kinds. There's Carlson's, which is pretty reputable. Most of the cod liver oils are all the same because the distillation process is just pretty much the same thing. So I don't really go for a really expensive one. It's just getting it into your body. If you want a really good form of cod liver oil, you should get fermented cod liver oil. That's the most bioavailable, easiest assimilable form of cod liver oil. This kind is fermented cod liver oil, and it's by Green Pasture. It's Blue Ice Royal. This is like the best stuff you can get. It's about $50 to $60 a bottle, depending on what size you get. And they have like a bigger size, and I know it sounds like a lot, but you get so much more. You just absorb the heck out of this one. Like, it's like non-comparable. If you're really sick or something, you want fermented cod liver oil. So alright, we've got vitamin A and D now. Cod liver oil takes care of both of them. It's in there. Has the non-plant-based, animal-based vitamin A. And you've got vitamin D, which is alright. It's better to get from the sun though. You want to have cod liver oil and the sun, preferably. The next thing we're going to go over is vitamin K2. So I have two of them here. This one's MK7, and this one's a blend. This one has MK4 and MK7. It has MK1. You really don't need to supplement MK1. It's already in like spinach and stuff, which is cool. When you have enough MK7, the A and D work. Okay, so you can take all the A and D in the world, and it's not really going to help your bones until you get the MK7. MK7 I would love not to supplement with, but it's hard to get. It's hard to find in the environment. You almost have to nowadays. If you eat natto from like non-GMO organic soybeans, which most places derive from that, or some kind of fermentation process, it's really expensive. And so to go that way, and like you don't get that much. I mean, you can go that way, but it's so easy to supplement it. It's just like, why not? And it's very bioavailable, and it's non-toxic at all. There's no toxicity. It's as safe as water. Alright, so far we've activated the calcium, but we kind of want it, there's one more step, one more mineral that kind of gets to the calcium where it needs to go. And this is regulated on the cell membrane, and if there's dysfunction or lack thereof of boron, then you're going to have a lot of issues with putting bone where it needs to go. If you have any kind of arthritic conditions where there's calcification as one of the signs and symptoms, you need to take boron every single day. This stuff is really good. The reason you have to supplement it is because it's not in our soil, alright? Some places have it in their soil, and that's freaking awesome, but most places don't, okay? It's really hard to get boron from commercially farmed vegetables. I mean, this stuff used to be plentiful, but now it's not so much. Jamaica and some other places just do not have much boron in the soil regardless, and it's so cheap, and you gotta take it. It's really good. So you want to add this with the A and D and the K2, so that whole synergistic action. You cannot miss one vitamin. You have to have all of them. Okay, whether you get it from your food, from sunlight, from whatever, you need to have those four. All right. The next thing that we're going to go over is what does the body actually need to make bone? What are the actual components? What we've gone over already is how to tell the body where to put it and how to use calcium, phosphorus, and all the other things. But what we want to do now is I'm going to tell you what you need, the components of bone, like the actual nutrients that you need to make bone, and that's a little bit different. So what you want to do every day preferably is have kale, chard, other leafy greens, bok choy. Those are filled with calcium, lots of phosphorus, salt, lots of other good stuff that you need to make bone. But most people don't like kale and phosphorus, kale or chard. And then you could take sardines and anchovies every day, where you get the whole spine of the fish, and then you'll get plenty of calcium. Most people don't like to have sardines and all that stuff, so it might be best to have a whole foods based, plant formula based calcium. And so this one's really good. It's by Garden of Life. This kind of calcium you can actually absorb. Most calcium, people buy it, and it's not really good for you, okay? It buffers the stomach acid, it causes all these issues, you can't digest it that well. It's not that good. You don't want to just buy some cheap calcium carbonate or something, and just be like, oh, I've got my calcium needs, now I don't have to eat kale. It doesn't work that way, okay? That's just not how the body works. You need things that you can absorb, and this is one that you can absorb. Garden of Life, all of their calcium products, Bone Builder, all raw calcium, it's all good stuff, really good. This also has strontium, boron, vitamin K, it has all the other good stuff. It's a bit more pricier though. If you have a good diet where you have kale and chard every day, you really don't need a supplement at all with calcium. Supplementation of calcium is not what you need for strong bones mainly. What you need is all the activating things to make sure the bone's being put where it needs to in a strong way, and making sure that bone loss is not there. And then also, calcium goes nowhere unless you have magnesium. You need magnesium. This is chelated magnesium, which is good as a capsule form, which is awesome. It's highly absorbable. But and I wish that we had more magnesium in our soil, because then we wouldn't have to supplement it. It'd be in our plants and also in our livestock, but it's not. So you need to take magnesium every day almost, because our soil sucks horribly. Another thing that you should be aware of is magnesium that's liquid form. This is ionized, or ionic, whatever you want to call it. This is very highly absorbable. This is really good stuff. It's pretty darn cheap too, but yeah, preferably you want this one. If not, the chelated forms are really good. So we've got the calcium and magnesium taken care of, but now there's other things that make bone, and the best way to get it is just to get concentrates. It's a trace mineral formula. It's from the Dead Sea. It's from Utah, Salt Lake of Utah, and there's a lot of different components of bone. Just many. It's not just calcium, okay? It's calcium, it's phosphorus, it's a whole plethora of different amino acids to make the collagen matrix inside of it. It requires a lot of different things, and so it's just best mineral-wise just to take trace minerals with your magnesium. As long as you have magnesium and trace minerals, and you have some form of calcium in your diet, not just this, but chard or kale, you're set. You don't really need to do much. So the substance of bone, all you need is magnesium and trace minerals, and that's it. All right, you don't have to sit there and slam a bunch of calcium every day. It's actually not that smart to do. Another thing that can influence bone health is your diet. So if you have a really acidic food diet, what your body does to change the pH of your blood is it takes part of your bone and it alkalizes the blood with it, and so it causes bone wasting, and that's not good at all. If you have a lot of sugar or refined salt, if you have a lot of protein without fiber, if you have excessive protein, all those things influence kidney retention of calcium from the blood. So if you have a lot of salt, your body's going to have to excrete that salt, and it's going to drop calcium with it. If you have a lot of protein, that's why if you have a bunch of milk, you don't have vegetables with it or whatnot. I'm personally against milk entirely because it's just horrible. It's for baby cows. It messes with your hormones. It messes with other things. But if you have a lot of milk, it's just going to leach calcium from your bones. Having processed foods, having any kind of stuff that's not made for human consumption is going to make your bones weak. There's a lot of things that make your bones weak. There's things in soda that cause your body to leach calcium from the bones. There's lots of other things that will mess up the cycle or the process of putting phosphorus in the bones. What you just need to remember is you should not have processed foods. It's going to just leach every little bit from your bones. It's not good. So alright, let's go over this real quick. Vitamin A, vitamin D. Vitamin A you want from an animal source, vitamin D from sunshine, okay? If not, just take cod liver oil and you're done, alright? Just cod liver oil. Fermented cod liver oil is the best. What you want to add onto that is K2. Find a K2 supplement that has MK4, MK7. MK7 is more preferable for bone health to get rid of, all these issues. After you get that taken care of, you're pretty much set, and then you just need minerals after that. You need boron. Boron's really important. Magnesium, trace minerals. The trace minerals and magnesiums are more for the substance because you need some kind of substrate to make it out of, and then the boron's for getting the calcium there. And then take kale and chard every day, bok choy, dark leafy greens, and you'll be set on calcium. You don't have to take calcium pills. Alright. That'll fix most of your issues. Your cavities should clear up. Your heel spurs or bone spurs will just disappear. Take a bone density scan before you do this and after, about 6 months of taking these supplements, and your bone density scan will come in a lot better results. There should be a link somewhere in this video that will show you where to go to get these supplements. I have a little page on my website, and it will show the different supplements that you need to take to be able to accomplish all of these, fixing all these bone issues, such as heel spurs and bone spurs and osteoporosis. And so yeah, just check that site out. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you like this video and these things save your life, because they should if you try them, because there's only one way that bones work, and it's not magical. It's nothing to do with positive thinking. You give your bones what they need, and you tell them where to put the calcium and the phosphorus and everything, and it will work that way. That's just how it works. So yeah, like this video please, and talk to you later. Bye.